All right, friends, welcome to your Tuesday night training. We are talking tonight about being selfish. This is the thing that you need to be okay with. You need to be selfish in order to get the things that you need. You have to figure out what your needs are and then really go for them and not let anything get in the way. So being selfish gets a bad rap. It kind of paints a picture of us being someone who disregards the needs of others and just kind of does it whatever it takes to get ahead. And that's just not the case. Being selfish is about taking care of yourself, and it's about recognizing that you need to do what you need to do in order to take care of the people that you need to take care of. Ultimately, nobody is going to take care of you if you're not taking care of yourself. And nobody's going to ever take care of you to the level that you need to be cared for in order to be well long-term and maintain that. Okay, you with me so far? So the number one thing is that you are allowed to be selfish. So we've talked in the past couple weeks about setting boundaries, about redefining your baseline. Today's really about shifting your mindset. So we have these words that we use to talk about ourselves, and they can be really damaging. So things like selfish, like I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to make this meal. I don't want to prioritize myself because that's selfish. So really selfishness is about prioritizing yourself. You have to ignore that I have some painters in that are kind of grumbling outside the door here. So much of what we need is colored as selfish. So I need blank, that's selfish, so I shouldn't do it. Yeah, you're right, that's selfish, I shouldn't do it. But what have you really done for yourself that is selfish? Right? Let's redefine what that actually means. I shared a story yesterday about how I was selfish over the weekend. I had Jacob to myself, and I made a decision that when I needed some headspace, I just took that headspace on a walk with Jacob. So I put him in the stroller, and I put a podcast on or an audiobook, and I just walked, and I had an hour where I was in my own head. Jacob was happy. It didn't take away from anybody, right? This is important. And everybody got what they needed, including me. It made me a better mom for the rest of the day, a better person for the rest of the day, because I wasn't draining myself. I did what I needed to do. I worked it into our day. So we're going to talk about that when we get to the steps today. So selfish is not a 4-letter word. Let's reclaim this. Let's celebrate being selfish, because you need to do it. You need to be able to say, I know what I need. I'm going to go get it. I'm worth it. So you can be really selfish with your food. You can use your Mood Food Meal Guide to be selfish. One great way to do this is to say, everybody's going to eat what I'm eating tonight. So I'm going to make this mood food meal. You're all gonna like it. And if you don't like it, that's what's for dinner tonight. What you can also do with this is make your leftovers your lunch the next day. So that means that you've prioritized yourself in 2 meals. Even if you're on your own for lunch, you've got something that's already made that you know has that mood food stamp of approval that's gonna make you feel better and better and better as your day goes on. Okay, so like I said, you need to be well in order to take care of anyone else. Right? So if we're consistently just putting other people before ourselves, whether it's our kids or our job or our partner or whatever it is, it's a lovely thought, and there should be a good part of us that is putting others ahead, but there is a certain amount that we have to look out for ourselves because no one else is going to do it. And it's not crazy to say that you need to take care of yourself. Again, it's not about saying I'm going to take care of myself instead of taking care of anybody else. I'm not going to take care of myself to your detriment. I'm not going to, just head out on a vacation and never come back. That's a kind of a level that we can't stay consistent with. But we're talking about what can you do day to day to fill your cup, to really fuel your ability to take care of others. Now, back to school is coming. A lot of folks have had vacation time over the summer. You're going back to work, and this can be a time of real transition into the fall. So this is a great time to kind of jump in and really put some pillars down for this is what I'm going to do to take care of myself, and make it work into your day, okay? It doesn't have to be, you don't have to kind of reinvent yourself in order to take care of yourself. So 5 steps to being selfish today, okay? Number 1 thing is I want you to figure out what's missing right now, what's not working, what am I kind of really wishing was happening, okay? So if I'm using the example of Jacob and I over the weekend, I really felt like I was missing brain space, just that quiet time, that non-responsive time. That was really what it was, that I didn't have to respond to anybody else's needs or wants or immediate yes, you know? So I was able to isolate what was missing there. Second step is ask why that is missing. So why wasn't I able to have that quiet brain space this weekend? Because I was on my own. And normally Jess and I would kind of trade off a little bit, or Jacob would sleep longer, or during the week he's at school or at daycare, and my days are full and busy, but they're directed by me. So that's why that was missing. So figure out what's missing and ask why it's missing. The third thing is figure out your best case scenario. Okay, so just go crazy. So there's no other people, there's no job to go to, there's no commitments, there's nobody saying they don't want to eat what you're making, there's none of that, okay? Go to your absolute best case scenario to solve the problem of what's missing. So I needed brain space. My solution is I want to go on vacation by myself. I just want to talk to nobody for a week and read and just kind of meditate and just kind of live in my own little bubble for a little bit. Now, that's so big. You're not going to say no. You're not going to say yes to that, right? It just doesn't make sense. So walk that back to reality. Okay, so that's step 4, is walk it back to reality. So I'm not going to get on a plane and leave. And really, I don't think that would make me happy in the end. It would be a nice quiet break, but it wouldn't make me happy in the end. So walk it back to reality and say, okay, so that's my best case scenario, is being alone on a beach for a week or two, in quiet. So walking it back to reality, I can be alone. I can read. I can get some brain space by going out and walking by the lake, so getting that fresh air. I have my headphones in, I have an audiobook playing, so I kind of have that brain space of being alone. Jacob's happy. He loves the stroller. So he's got his snacks, he's got his water. I'm checking on him every 10 minutes or so. He's not looking for anything. He's just happy to be walking by the water, seeing all the dogs. Everybody smiles at him. He's happy as a clam. So I know that situation works for me in reality, that I can get what I need. Jacob has what he needs. I'm not taking away from him, but I was actually able to refuel myself. Okay, so we're going to figure out what's missing. We're going to ask why that's missing. We're going to figure out the best case scenario, the absolute extreme, and then walk it back to reality. Okay, step number 5 is give yourself the space and permission to do it, right? So we go to this grand fantasy of how we can solve this problem, and then we start to walk it back to reality, and then you still have to convince yourself that you are worth taking that step. You are worth going on that walk. You are worth getting an audiobook that makes you feel good and taking those steps outside, okay? You are worth switching up the narrative so that you're doing something that feels good for you, okay? So what's something that you can do right now? You can make a mood food meal. We just talked about this, right? So make a mood food meal for dinner tonight or tomorrow night, because I know it's already late, depending on what time zone you're in. But make a mood food meal that you can feed to your whole family, and then make leftovers for yourself. So you've done something, you've done 2 things that are going to fuel your mental wellness that you can be selfish about. You've chosen what's for dinner. That's what's for dinner. Make the chicken fajitas. Everybody loves those. And then you have something for the next day to fuel you. So you've nailed it. The next thing you can do is you can book a call with me, because this is hard to sort out. We need a strategy sometimes to be selfish, and we can do that. We can get you a strategy. So book a free call with me, and we will walk through step by step what you need in order to be well and to be selfish. We can get through some of these blocks that may exist for you. Okay, so book that free call. I'm going to put all the links here, so make sure you have your mood food dinner guide, you have your link to book a call, and then tomorrow night hop into the private Facebook group where we will go through step by step how to actually get this working for you in your life. Okay, if you have any questions, pop them in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.